I'm Nini. Welcome back to my channel. So, I watched the season finale of The White Lotus, of course, and finally I have my 2 cents about it. I did a season finale party with bingo cards, so let's get into that later. I'm going to talk about Chelsea because in my last video I said that Mike White was making an example out of her, and I was right. So, what can we learn more from this Chelsea situation? What can us, the spiritual girlies, can learn here? So, this story is about me, or maybe not. It's about me and the 1,000 people I know. So, basically, imagine you grew up as the weird child, right? And people tell you that you have something special, that you go through all that darkness and bullying and family members making fun of you in order to bring some light into the world, right? That is the speech that normally we get. So we learn about crystals, astrology, everything, Buddhism. We learn about many subjects in order to heal ourselves and others. But again, some of these girls, even though they glow up in a sense and find boyfriends, jobs, careers, they still have this like wounded child a syndrome that in order to be validated they need to heal everybody else. So this is the heroine journey of many spiritual girls, not only Chelsea, like all of us. So we have these codependent relationships with our friends because we think we can fix them all the time. Like we are constantly thinking, I can fix this person, family member, co-worker, boyfriend, husband, our parents, and it's hard to switch that off and say to ourselves, okay, I need to fix myself. I need to put myself first because we don't see ourselves like that. So the cautionary tale here again is how men can sense this kind of archetype of the woman healer that is a mom and a witch and an astrologer all in one, and they will harvest that energy. We talk about men harvesting energy before in this channel, and I think Mike White really wanted to tell us that getting ourselves entangled in this darkness of men that we want to heal is a very dangerous thing for us to do, women. So we need to be cautious of the men that we sleep in. Okay, I have nothing against sex workers, but I've been hearing for quite a while that when sex workers and porn actors, men and women, after a while in their careers, they struggle with depression, anxiety, and everything else because in Eastern cultures, sexual energy is seen as vital energy, and what sex does when we are using sex to heal ourselves and others, because not all sex is draining. Some sex can give us energy, some other sex drain us. It depends if we are with a person that's a bit of an energy vampire, and when you use all that energy for others, we are depleted of their energy. And what happens with porn actors, after a while they say they feel like this emptiness on them because there's a huge hole on their heart and soul, because all that prana, vital energy, again, was absorbed in service of other people, in service of entertainment. So people need to be cautious of what kind of relationships they have because of this. Because when you are this wounded healer archetype, the sad child that wants to heal others, that takes many forms, and you need to pour all that energy into you, because when you are that sensitive spiritual girly and you live in this light worker Aquarius age, everything is love, you become vulnerable, because we live in the world of darkness. In order to protect ourselves, we need to embody the light, the dark, the feminine, the masculine, so we can say no to people. And I see this with many of these spiritual girlies that I met through my life, that They think everything is unicorns, soulmates, twin flames, love and light, and they create these fantasies, these codependent relationships with people around them. They never fill the void. They're always after the next relationship, the next party, and they never sit in silence to fill that void with something greater than themselves. For example, they should ask God to give them, okay, give me a path in life so I don't have to do with dark losers all the time draining my energy. Okay, speaking about God, I really enjoy Lori's speech, but I'm a girl from God. I need to disagree with her a little bit because I like God. I'm a Christian. Judge me. I'm boring. I know. I still ask God for a lot of directions. And God usually tells me more or less what to do. I kind of like predicted the trio of women were going to remain friends nevertheless, because white women friendships are like that. And I don't agree that we need to have our friends since kindergarten with us because of our self-concept. I explained that in my previous video, that like having friends from our high school can keep us stuck. And then one thing that God does, when you take the old friendships, the old beliefs, the job that sucks, all out of your life, this is a very difficult thing to do because we want money, right, to pay rent. But once we start removing things that no longer serve us, the universe gives us new things, new friends, a new goal, a new objective. You just need to put your faith in God and your higher self, the universe, Buddha, will come to you with new things. But people are afraid of making this decision because it's very scary. But from my experience, once things feel stagnant, I need really to evaluate, okay, what things should I clean my closet? Should I have a conversation with this person and tell them that our energies don't align anymore? But you need to let go of certain things in order the universe to bless you with new things. Because again, if you're giving your energy, pouring your energy in a relationship that keeps you stuck, that drains your energy, and the guy, like the I can fix them mentality only works in a certain sense, like in the sense when the guy wants to be healed, like Saxon eventually. I think he evolved, like Chelsea gave him the books, and it seems that the books will be for something in the end. So that's it. But rarely that occurs because most men are self-destructive. I believe like when men are born and like when their mothers have sex and the babies are born in an environment without love, without connection, like their moms even didn't orgasm during their conception. I believe men, they are not tied to this world. They are not tied to love. They don't know what love is. So if their mom wasn't happy having sex on her relationship, she didn't feel safe in her house, that man wants to destroy himself and he wants to take everything with him, including the woman, to the void. So girls, pay attention to this. So I'm going to talk about my season finale party. So it was fun. I guess at Chelsea and Guy talk, at least. I really thought the dad was going to kill the twink, at least, by accident. And I was kind of disappointed the twink survived, because I think it will be better if the twink remained dead, because the story of the family was kind of stagnant, and perhaps the twink death would have made it more interesting. I don't know. So I have here my friends sheet. So yeah, me and another friend guess that the guy talk will be the killer, and Chelsea as well. So this one from my friend Nuno is very funny, because killers, I can have here the sheet. Killers, he put Mook, Jacqueline, and the hotel director, because he thought he was depressed for not singing his song. Dead people, the father, eventually by suicide. Guy talk, so, and porn shy. I don't know what he was thinking, but it was very wild. So Mook shoots, why? And then Mook kills the father, Gaytok is killed by Jacqueline for some reason, and the director of the hotel kills Pornchai for some reason, for sleeping with Belinda out of rage. I don't know, I think it's very wild. So it was obvious that Chelsea was going to die. So I really enjoyed this season. I don't think it was boring at all. I think people have like shitty media literacy right now, because if you read Jung, if you read Freud, if you know a little bit of Eastern spirituality, that like this season was full of juice. A lot of topics were being discussed, and like I cannot. Only thing that I think it could have been done better was the overall family thing. Like it could have the ending could have been better. Yeah, some things could have been better, of course, but I think the general themes was very they were very good. Of course, at some point this series, when you think about, I don't know how many times Mike White will tell us that money is in the root of all evil, because what else can he bring to the table? But I think he can surprise us. But some people say it is they feel the show has become a little bit saturated, but I disagree. I think he's still cool. I'm curious what Mike White can show us later. And there are a lot of countries. I would love to see in Brazil, in Dubai, something like that. There are a lot of topics to explore still. I was expecting a more crazy death, like season 2 with Tanya, something really crazy. But overall, like, imagine if Rick confronted his father and then Siritala, or whatever her name is pronounced, tells, I am your father, actually. How cool could that been, you know? Something more crazy, but overall the themes were okay. I really enjoyed. I didn't thought it was boring. It was a lot of food for thought, a lot of topics of discussion. We can, and it's funny, remember on my last video that I said when you become rich, or you have something to protect, you change your mentality. So Belinda became Tanya. That is not surprising. When you achieve wealth, or have a cool boyfriend, a cool apartment, a cool job, you have some social capital. When your social currency in the world somehow is elevated, you want to protect that, so you're more suspicious of the people that talk to you. So what this person wants from me, when you have like clout somehow, like connections of, that's why people say fame and money isolate you a little bit, because you're always okay looking over your shoulder. And that's the whole message of the White Lotus. I don't think it's super dark like some people say it is. It says that in the end of the day, we play a big game, and like we need to have like this Scarface mentality once in a while. Otherwise we'll end up like Chelsea. Like, we need to have our little Chelsea. Especially us women, we need to be half Chelsea and half Scarface in order to protect ourselves. So okay, spiritual girlies, namaste. I will be doing more random videos and other topics now that the White Lotus is gone. So more food for thoughts on spiritual things, tourism, tech, gaming, everything. So ciao. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ciao, babies. Ciao.